This week?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's been an emphasis really all camp. It's funny because it's always something as a head coach that you have to balance. Defensive coaches want to tackle live more during camp. Offensive coaches don't. So you got to kind of find that tricky balance of making sure that you're staying healthy, but also getting enough tackling done. You probably see less and less of that all over the country. That's where the players have to be mature enough to embrace the fundamentals that you're doing in the drills. Everybody's using that rolling bag now, which has gotten to be really popular. We did a drill with that earlier this week, and they just need to transfer that drill work to the game. So it's been emphasized. We're going to continue to emphasize it. It's something. Obviously, I think some of our older players are doing a good job with that, but we still have a number of young players that need to continue to work on their fundamentals and technique, and we're working hard at that. No, I think with their scheme being the same, we definitely do that. You're pulling out our game from last year, but more of the types of offenses now that we're facing, like the Houstons of the world, the East Carolinas of the world. So you're pulling those films from last year, as well as some of the stuff from this year, just more from a personnel standpoint, and then looking at all the games from last year that they played a similar type offense. So that's what our breakdown has been mostly of. Army isn't very useful for us, as you can imagine. Stony Brook is a little bit, but it just was a little bit of a mismatch. So looking back at last year to kind of find out how they'll defend certain things. And then the other thing is Fordham played Temple a few years back as well, so we have that. He's anybody that even is considered to have any type of head injury is going to go through the concussion protocols. Out of our hands, we're not involved in it at all. The doctors do. It's basically a certain amount of days after the hit, they check each day for symptoms, whether it's headaches, resting headaches, whether now that you put them through and you raise the heart rate, does a headache come at that point? There's also baseline computer tests that they take, how quickly they can respond to answers and things like that. So there's a whole protocol that we have nothing to do with that the doctors go through. And we just, we have a staff meeting every morning, 7 a.m., and Tim kind of lets us know where we're at with things. Again, that's up to the doctors. Doctors will make the decision. We've had guys play with clubs before. Again, there's a lot of specifics and details of what determines whether you can play with a club or not. The type of injury that you have, but that would mean I'd have to get into specifics about the injury, which I'm not willing to do.
Now that Cam has played, do you intend to get him more involved with special teams, and how far away is he from, in an ideal situation, being able to get on the field for you?
Yeah, I think his role you're going to see continue to grow every week on special teams and with defense. It's one of the things I wanted to talk to him post-practice today. He's sitting up there waiting for me on the cold tubs with his 16 set of abs that he has that I don't know if I've ever seen before. But yeah, his role is going to continue to grow with us, on special teams and on defense.